All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a bonus special edition of Poke the Woke. Edward Show, Kevin Wall. As we were on the air just a couple hours ago, in the 7 o'clock hour, we decided to just hang out, mingling, and then once we teased the State of the Union, the preview, and here we are now, we decided to watch it together. So we decided to do a live reaction of Joe Biden and State of the Union. Take a look. Live reaction. Here we go.
And second, let's cut energy costs for families.
Oh, here we
An
go.
average of $500 a
hear
year by
this one.
combating climate change. Let's provide an investment tax credits to weatherize your home and your business, to be energy efficient and get a tax credit for it. Double America's clean energy production in solar, wind, and so much more. Lower the price of electric
There's
vehicles,
AOC.
saving another
Occasional
$80 a
cortex.
month
That's
that you're not going to have to pay
It's only
at the
occasion
pump.
which he uses the brain.
Look, once again, with saying that I have no problem with electric if it's slow and but
Third.
right now fossil fuels is the way to go just to help out the American people.
Right.
That's just my
Third thing
opinion.
we can do
Dude,
to
how about
change
that
the
Ukraine
standard of
meme,
living
though,
for
that we shared the
hardworking
other day?
folks
The what?
is
The
cut
Ukraine
cost
meme?
of
That's great.
childcare.
Of AOC.
That's great.
It's
Cut the
incredible.
cost of childcare.
But like the energy, yeah.
Folks, if you live in a major city in America, you pay up to $14,000 a year for child care per child. I was a single dad for 5 years, raising 2 kids. I had a lot of help, though. I had a mom, a dad, a brother, and
I
a
do
sister
feel bad,
that
though.
really helped.
Once we heard that when Biden
Middle
was
class
coming
and
into the
working
Senate in
folks
1972,
shouldn't have to pay more than 7%
when he was a
of their income to care
senator-elect,
for the young children.
that's when his wife and his daughter did pass away, and Hunter and Bo
My
were
plan would cut the
in the
cost
car and severely injured.
of
Yeah.
child care in half for most families.
That was unfortunate. You don't wish that.
No, you never wish that. We're talking about policies right now.
Of course, yeah.
Now, so.
Because they couldn't afford child care to be able to get back to work, generating economic growth. But my plan doesn't stop there. It also includes home and long-term care, more affordable housing,
Oh, look at the real
pre-K
estate
for 3
stuff
and
right now.
4-year-olds. All these will lower costs to families. And under my plan, nobody, let me say this again, nobody earning less than $400,000 a year will pay an additional penny in new taxes. Not a
Yeah, that's like
single
George
penny.
H.W. Bush saying, "Read my lips" in 1988. You know what happened?
I think
after
all of
that.
America doesn't believe this as well.
Yeah.
So, but he's got to say what he's got to say. I get it. You got a lot of
The
My
people.
thing
guess
is,
is
though,
that we
this
took a
man has been
secret
in
ballot
office
in
for
this
49 years now.
Yeah.
that we
public
all
service,
agree that
and-
the present tax system ain't
Now
fair.
it's a-
Why
Important
now? Yeah, why now?
We have to fix it. I'm not looking to punish anybody. But let's make corporations
great political
and wealthy
talk right
Americans
now.
start paying their fair share. Look,
Oh, there's Pocahontas.
Last year-
Oh, Pocahontas is up there. I like it.
last year,
She makes me laugh.
Yeah, you know, she's amusing. I'll give her that. She's very amusing.
She is tough, though. I do give her credit for that. She
But
is.
that Pocahontas thing was hilarious.
Oh,
that
hysterical.
American Indian thing was really funny. It's like, come on, girl.
But Super Tuesday, I mean, forget it.
the
The best is when she went after Bloomberg and she said, "Fat broads." That was the highlight of that debate when Bloomberg was in it.
The point is,
She's got her. You
even
know,
they understand.
thing.
When I heard that live and I was
Last year,
hysterical.
55 of the Fortune
here we go.
500 companies earned $40 billion in profit and paid zero in federal taxes. Now look,
Oh,
it's not fair. That's why I proposed a 15% minimum tax rate for corporations. We've got, and that's why in the G7 and other meetings overseas, we're able to put together, I was able to be somewhat helpful, 130 countries agree on a global minimum tax rate. So companies can't get out of paying their taxes at home by shipping jobs and factories overseas. It'll raise billions of dollars. That's why I propose closing loopholes for the very wealthy who pay a lower tax rate than a teacher and a firefighter. So that's my plan, but we have to go in more detail later. We will grow
Why
the
not detail
economy,
now?
lower the cost of families.
So time in front of the whole
What are
world.
we waiting for? Let's get this done. We all know we've got to make changes.
Make changes. This guy. Make changes. This guy has been in office for how long?
14 months.
What's he
While you're
talking
at it.
about? This guy.
Confirm my nominees for the Federal Reserve, which plays a critical role in fighting inflation.
Inflation,
My
yeah, you're
plan
doing
will
a
not
great
only
job
lower
there, sir.
costs and give families a fair shot. It will lower the deficit. The previous administration
Oh, there it is.
There we go, it's the
with
Trump,
those tax
yeah.
cuts for the very wealthy and corporations. It undermined
Oh,
the
there's 9
watchdogs,
right there.
the
I think I'm on
jobs,
pace for
those
13. I
pandemic-
think I'm
I
gonna hit that over.
I think you're over, yeah.
Remember we had those debates.
I mean, he's been talking for about
about
30
whether or not
minutes.
those
He's doing actually pretty good. He's not
watchdogs
stumbling
would
too
be able
much.
to see
Yeah,
every
because
day
they juiced
how
him
much
up
money
on
was being spent, where it was
steroids
going
or
to the right
whatever.
place. But in my administration, the watchdogs are back. And we're going to go after the criminals who stole billions of relief money
this guy.
meant for small business and millions of
Merrick
Americans.
Garland.
Tonight, I'm announcing that the Justice Department will soon name a chief prosecutor for pandemic fraud.
Hey, Johnny Boy's
Look.
back. Seraphim.
His,
That's a new boy.
that guy?
Botox.
Gotta love that guy. He's looking
We
good.
all agree. Thank you. By the end of this year, the deficit will be down to less than
Yeah,
half
they were
of what it was
mocking,
before I took office.
The former president, though,
The
with
only
his tan
president
and
ever to
makeup
cut
and
the
all
deficit
that.
by more than
It's the same
$1
thing.
trillion in a single year. Lowering your cost also meant demanding more competition. I'm a capitalist. But
No, you're
capitalism
not.
without
Not anymore.
competition
He's a
is
cap.
not-
Did he just say he's a
He
capitalist?
was, and then
Capitalism without
the dementia
competition
kicked
is
in, and
He's
exploitation.
fine.
the socialists now.
It
What's this guy
drives up
talking about? He's not a
profits.
capitalist.
Not anymore, at least. He was a moderate back in the day. I'll give him that.
Corporations
But
Yeah, but now he's
compete.
far left.
oh my God,
Their profits go up and your prices go up when they don't have to compete. Small businesses and family farmers and ranchers, I need not tell some of my Republican friends from those states. Guess what? You got 4 basic meat packing facilities.
what?
That's it. You play with them or you don't get to play at all. And you pay a hell of a lot more. A hell of a lot more because there's only 4. See what's happening
we
with
are paying
ocean
a lot more.
carriers and moving goods in and
Oh,
out of
how about
America.
that?
During the pandemic, about half a dozen or less foreign-owned companies raised prices by as much as 1,000% and made record profits. Tonight, I'm announcing a crackdown on those companies overcharging American businesses and consumers. Folks,
Okay, well, let's hear it. What is it?
Let's hear it. Usually after folks, something comes out of his
Yeah,
mouth.
let's hear it.
Usually gibberish, but
and as Wall Street firms take over more nursing homes,
But that's it?
quality in
There's
those
no-
we're going
homes
to talk
has
about
gone
nursing
down.
homes.
He just said.
Costs have
All
gone
right,
up.
well,
That ends on my watch. Medicare is going to set higher standards for nursing homes and make sure your loved ones get the care they deserve and that they inspect and they will look at closely. We're also going to cut costs to keep the economy going strong and giving workers a fair shot, provide more training and apprenticeships, hire them based on skills, not just their degrees. Let's pass the Paycheck Fairness Act and paid leave. Raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
You know, it's funny when they say
Extend the child
that.
tax credit,
You go into
so
McDonald's
no one
and no
has
one's
to raise
working.
the
You got
family
you
in
got
poverty.
the new screen and
Yeah.
you order
Increase
your
Pell
quarter
Grants,
pounder and
increase our
cheese on the
support for
computer.
HBCUs,
and I love those screens, by the way. I think they're great.
And invest
So much easier
But it's
to
losing
order.
value.
what Jill, our first lady who teaches
But we
full-time,
we live in
calls
America.
America's
I love
People need to
those.
work.
community colleges. Look, let's pass the PRO Act. When a majority of workers want to form a union, they shouldn't
I'm
be
sorry,
able to
I-
stop.
She was cool when she
When
was
we
the
invest
second
in our workers and we build
the
an
second
economy
lady.
from the bottom up and the
But
middle
she
out
just
together, we
loses
can do
me
something
as the
we haven't
first
done in
lady.
a long
She really
time.
does.
Build a better America.
She doesn't really offer
For more
anything.
than
No,
2 years,
yeah.
COVID has impacted every
I
decision
mean, let's
in
be
our
real,
lives
Uh,
man.
and the life of
I
this
mean, if you
nation.
watch Joe Biden in
And I know
2012,
you're tired,
when he was debating Paul
frustrated,
Ryan,
and
dude, Biden
exhausted.
won that debate.
Yeah.
I'll
That
give that to
doesn't
him.
even
He
count.
won that debate. He was
Close to a
sharp.
million people
The mental
who
decline,
sit
though,
at
in the
the
last
dining
10
room table or
years.
kitchen
When he
table
was
and
younger, he was
looking at an
yeah.
empty
When he was
chair.
younger, he was sharp.
Dude, as vice
I mean, he was
president,
still,
sharp.
still full of shit. He lied a lot.
Oh, of course.
But at least you could believe his lies.
Because of the
Now it's just
progress we've
cognitively
made.
he's just losing. Oh, this
because of
Pocahontas.
your
Here we go.
resilience and the tools that we have been provided by this Congress. Tonight, I can say we're moving forward safely back to a more normal
10.
routines.
There we go. We're at
We've
double
reached
digits
a
now.
new moment in the fight against COVID-19.
Dude, I'm counting.
Yeah, you
Severe
are.
Trying to
cases
get
are
my
down
money.
to a level not seen since July of last year. Just a few days ago, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention
What's Lohan doing right now?
issued a new mask guideline. Under the new guidelines, most Americans
Oh, yeah?
and most of the country
Good for her.
can now go mask-free.
I would love
And
that.
based on projections,
Dude, I would love to see the relationship
Based
of
on
Charlie Sheen and
projections,
Lindsay Lohan.
more
Oh,
of
the
our
Marjorie
country
Taylor
will reach
Greene.
a point across that point across the
I gotta
next
admit,
couple of
I'm
weeks.
surprised that she's here right
Thanks
now.
to the progress
Marjorie
we
Taylor-
made
yeah.
in the past
Did you?
year, COVID-19 no
There we go.
longer need control our lives.
Oh, here we go. Here we
I know
go.
some are talking about living with COVID-19, but tonight I say that we never will just accept living with COVID-19. We'll continue to combat the virus as we do other diseases. And because this virus mutates and
he
spreads,
smirking?
we have to stay on guard. And here are 4 common sense steps as we move forward safely, in my view. First, stay protected with vaccines and treatments. We know how incredibly effective vaccines are. If you're vaccinated and boosted, you have the highest degree of protection. We'll never give up on vaccinating more Americans. Now, I know
Did you
parents of kids
see
under 5 are
this
eager to see their
this
vaccines
thing
authorized for
from the
their
White
children.
House? This actually, I
Scientists
saw
are
it this
working
morning,
hard
and we
to get
didn't
that
say it on the
done.
show
We'll be
earlier
ready with
tonight.
plenty of vaccines
But
if
if
and when we
there's
do.
if we're in the middle of a
We're
war
already-
and let's say God forbid
we are
Russia,
also ready with
shoots
antiviral
or
treatments.
sends missiles to
If you get
America.
COVID-19,
Now,
the
it
Pfizer
wouldn't hit
pill
us. It
reduces
wouldn't hit
your
New York
chances
or
of
anything
ending
like
up in the
that.
hospital
It would
by
probably hit like
90%.
It would definitely hit Alaska and maybe
Yeah.
some
I've
parts of the
ordered
West
more
Coast.
pills than
But they're
anyone in the
saying
world has.
if you're in a basement and it's
Pfizer's
not your
working
family,
overtime to get
Yeah.
us a
you should be
million
wearing a
pills
mask
this
at all
month
times and
and more
social
than
distance.
double
Try the
that
social
next
distance
month.
any way you can.
And now we're
So we're not
launching
afraid of
tests
COVID.
to treat.
Let's be afraid of COVID.
So people
But
can
if
get
we're in the middle of
tested in the
a
pharmacy, and if they prove
missiles
positive,
coming across our
receive the
country,
antiviral pills
just make sure
on the
that you
spot
stay
at no
socially
cost.
distanced.
I didn't hear that one. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one.
Folks,
Though. Although, you know what's
Oh,
crazy?
this guy.
Oh, what's his
You're
name? That's
The New York congressman.
yeah.
Oh,
if you're immunocompromised or have some other vulnerability, we have treatments and free high-quality
he looks like a
masks.
penguin.
We're leaving no one behind.
And how
We're
he
ignoring
walks, too.
anyone's needs as we move forward. On testing, we've made
This
hundreds
bothers
of
me
millions
with
of tests
congressmen
available,
and
and you can
congresswomen.
order
They're
them
there
for
for
free
like
to your
40
doorstep.
years and they
We've
hold all
already
this
ordered
power.
free
They have
tests.
all
If you
this
already
money.
ordered
There
free
should be
tests
limitations.
tonight,
They haven't
how far
done-
you're in there.
Dude,
I'm
dude,
announcing you can
term
order
limits.
Yeah, term limits there
another
should be.
group
I
of
agree.
tests.
Yeah.
And Ted
Go to
Cruz, even tried passing that.
Starting next
I love
week,
this
and
guy.
you can
Oh,
get
Madison,
more
yeah.
tests.
Yeah.
Second, we must prepare for new variants. Over the
here we go.
past, we've gotten much better at detecting new variants. If necessary, we'll be able to develop new vaccines within 100 days instead of maybe months or years. And if Congress provides the funds we need, we'll have new stockpiles of tests, masks, pills ready if needed. I can't promise a new
Dude,
variant won't
with the
come,
mask, though.
but I can promise you
I think that's
we'll
11.
do everything within our power to be ready if it does. Third,
But okay, I agree. We're going to be living with this for our lifetime, and we've said this on the show.
Schools and businesses.
But you got to
We
move
have the
forward.
tools
You,
we
you can't
need.
just move backwards wearing masks.
Yeah.
It's just cold
Time
outside
for
in the
America to
wintertime.
get
You got to
back
move
work
on.
and fill
Well,
up
right now,
great
politically, I
downtowns
think he's
again.
going to like
People
totally
working
kibosh the
from
whole
home
mask
can
thing. I
feel
really
safe
do.
and begin to
Because
return to their
I hope.
offices.
I mean, you got midterms
We're
coming
doing
up,
that here
and
in
exactly.
I mean,
and he knows he's unpopular.
ironically,
Majority of federal
today-
workers
He's going to let it all
will
go.
once
Watch.
again work in person.
I'm telling you
Our
right now, he's
schools
going to let
are
it all
open.
go.
Let's
I hope
keep
you're
it
right.
that
It's not
way.
politically or not
Our
about
kids
science.
need
I mean,
to
it's not
be
about
in
science.
school.
It's all politics.
I think now it's all politics.
Yeah, so he can watch. It's all going to disappear. It's all
Yeah.
going to disappear.
With 75% of adult
Yep, there it
Americans
is
fully
again.
vaccinated,
Yep.
and hospitalizations down by 77%, most Americans can remove their masks.
He's gonna take
and
credit.
stay
Oh,
in
don't you
classrooms
dare put a
and
mask.
move
Oh, I thought he
forward
was about to
safely.
He's gonna
take a
take credit.
mask
He's
out.
gonna
We
take credit
achieved
for
this
this.
because
Here
we
we go.
provided free vaccines, treatments, tests, and masks. Of course, continuing this costs money, so I'll not surprise you. I'll be back to see you all. And I'm going to soon send a request to Congress. The vast majority of Americans have used these tools and may want again. We may need them again, so I expect Congress, and I hope you'll pass that quickly. Fourth, we'll continue vaccinating the world. We've sent 475 million vaccine doses to 112 countries, more than any nation on earth. We won't stop because you can't build a wall high enough to keep out
Oh, there it is.
a
There's that
vaccine.
wall.
The vaccine can
He's-
stop the spread.
Why say the word wall?
He just just
We know that's a
No,
jab.
we've lost so much in COVID-19.
he just needs to do it.
Time with one another. The worst
that's
of
like going
all
out of your
was
way,
the loss
though.
of life.
Yeah, like I said, it's
Let's
it's
use
not
this
no one
moment
didn't
to
expect
reset.
it. You know?
So stop looking at COVID as a partisan dividing line. see it for what it is, a god-awful disease.
Oh, Maxine Waters.
Let's
That's
stop
one
seeing
person that
seeing
you,
each other
You don't
as
look at
enemies.
that.
ugh.
Start seeing each other for who we are.
If I had 5
Fellow
minutes in the room
Americans.
with her.
Look,
Did he say don't use it as a parting line? Like,
But they've been doing that for
did he
this-
just really? Did he just
while
really
he was
say
campaigning
that?
in the basement.
Like,
He
did
was doing that.
Did he just really say that? That don't use it as a like this guy? Like
Wow,
the
that's
country has
gutsy.
never been more divided
Can't
since this
change how
because this
divided
guy.
we've been.
Like let's be real
long
here. I'm
time
not trying to be a
coming.
dick, but is that true?
but we
I
can
think so.
change
We've
how to
never
move
been more
forward.
divided since he's been president.
COVID-19 and other
Dude,
issues
even
that
when
we
he was
must face together.
campaigning. I mean, he wasn't
I recently
campaigning, but
visited New York City Police Department days after the funerals of Officer Wilbur Mora and his partner, Officer Jason Rivera. They were responding to a 9/11 call when a man shot and killed them with a stolen gun. Officer Mora was 27 years old. Officer Rivera was 22 years old. Both Dominican Americans who grew up in the same streets that they later chose to patrol as police officers. I spoke with their families, and I told them that we were forever in debt for their sacrifices and will carry on their mission to restore the trust and safety of every community deserves. Like some of you that have been around for a while, I've worked with you on these issues for a long time. I know what works. Investigating crime prevention and community
It's
policing.
so obviously
Cops
he's just
who walk
saying
the
it.
has he not
Hold on.
seen
Know
what's
the
happened in New
neighborhood.
It's
York?
just so obviously
Who
he's
can
just
restore
saying
trust
it,
and
and he
safety.
just doesn't care.
Let's not abandon our streets.
He's saying what he needs to
choose
say.
between
Yeah.
safety and equal
It's so
justice.
grossly obvious. He
Let's
just
come together
doesn't
and
care.
protect
He
our
knows
communities,
nothing about
restore
New York
trust,
City.
Doesn't
and
care.
hold law enforcement accountable.
Can you not
That's
see
why the
this? Look at
Justice Department has required body cameras, banned chokeholds, and restricted no-knocks warrants for its
That was your
officers.
throat, by the way, after that.
That's why the American Rescue
losing your
Plan
virginity to
that you all
what's this called?
provided $350
Marlard?
Lord,
billion
yeah, my lord, yeah.
My lord,
that
my
cities,
lord.
states, and counties
You can find it in
use
Chicago, ladies
to
and
hire more
gentlemen.
police,
Marlowe.
invest in more
Yeah.
proven strategies.
Molotov cocktail for that, man. I think
I tried that a month ago, man, and it was actually Ming posted it on
Proven
Facebook. You can
strategies
find it on my page when I tried it. So it was like an after, like when I tried it, it was good. Like you can agree, it's just a bad aftertaste. It's a very bad aftertaste.
It's
giving
strong.
young people some hope. We should all be. The answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police.
You people
Don't-
campaign on that.
don't.
You
don't,
guys campaign
don't,
on
you
that.
Can't, you can't. You
McCarthy,
can't.
what are you doing?
Yeah, no. See, once again, America now is rolling their eyes on that one.
Come on.
Resources
America's rolling
and
their eyes.
training.
I think America's rolling their eyes
Listen,
on
we
that.
all agree
And training
that that's
they
the
need
bad
to protect
option,
our
but
community.
you have people in your party, people that
I asked Democrats
endorse
and
you, and you
Republicans
endorse
alike.
them.
No,
defunding the
Pass
police.
I think America
Keep
rolled their
our
eyes on that
neighborhoods
one.
safe.
I'm pretty
What
sure
are we
they
doing
I'll do
there?
everything in my power to crack down on gun trafficking of ghost guns that you can buy online, assemble at home.
I think that's pretty obvious that
No
Yeah.
serial numbers.
that was
Can't
just-
be traced. I asked Congress to pass proven measures to reduce gun violence. Pass universal background checks. Why should anyone on the terrorist list be able to purchase a weapon? Why? Why? And folks,
So do they need ID to purchase a weapon, but they don't need ID to vote?
assault weapons with high capacity
I gotta show
magazines
ID to
hold
go
up
into a
100
bar
rounds.
or
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna see
airplane,
here.
renew my
You think the
license.
deer are wearing Kevlar vests? Look, repeal the liability shield that makes gun manufacturers the only industry in America that can't be sued. The only one. Imagine had we done that with the tobacco manufacturers.
Oh, here he goes. He's all
These
juiced
laws
up now.
don't infringe on the Second Amendment. They save lives. The most fundamental right in America is the right to vote and have it counted. And look, it's under assault. In state after state, new laws have been passed. Not only to suppress the vote, we've been there before, but to subvert the entire election.
He's having.
What is he
Can't
talking
let this
about?
happen.
He's having a good buzz
are
right
you
now.
kidding me?
Calling the
This
Senate
guy?
to pass the Freedom to Vote Act, pass the John Lewis Act, Voting Rights Act. And while you're at it, pass the Disclose Act so Americans know who's funding our election. Look, tonight,
Hold on. This guy was all about fair elections when he won, wasn't he?
Justice
Oh, yeah.
Breyer,
Like for some reason,
Army
this
veteran,
changed pretty hardcore.
constitutional scholar, retiring Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Justice Breyer,
He was definitely forced
thank
out.
you for your service.
Look, am I wrong on this?
Listen,
though? I mean,
I know Breyer's old. He's in his 80s.
yeah, this guy.
Get up,
I
stand
think in
up.
a way he was forced out. I mean, the rating's on the wall. You know, when you have a Democratic president, you know, you want to do what's best. But in a way, I think,
We all know,
in a way, I believe, because
no matter what your ideology, we all know one of the
I
most
mean, this was
serious
talks for a couple
constitutional
years ago.
responsibility a president has is nominating someone to serve on the United States Supreme Court. As I did 4 days ago, I've nominated the Circuit Court of Appeals, Ketanji Brown Jackson, one of our nation's top legal minds, who continue.
You know
to
she's an
justify
activist,
Justice
by the way.
Breyer's
Yeah,
so I'm glad that we're
Legacy
going to have the
of
activists,
yeah.
the Supreme Court for another 30
former
years.
top litigator in private practice, a former federal public defender, from a family of public school educators and police officers. She's a consensus builder. Since she's been nominated, she's received a broad range of support, including the Fraternal Order of Police and former judges supported by Democrats and Republicans. Folks, if we're to advance liberty and justice, we need to secure our border and fix the immigration system.
Did he just secure a border?
Oh, well, you got an applause from Ted Cruz
Did
there.
he say secure our
He
border?
said secure the border. I mean, it would be nice if we could. We were on a good pace, but, you know, Orange Man ban, no wall.
Oh, this is interesting. Let's see if he
As
actually
you
does
might
it.
guess,
This
I
will be
think we
interesting.
can do both.
We hear build the wall in the
At our
background.
border, we've installed new technology like cutting-edge scanners to better detect drug smuggling. We've set up joint patrols with Mexico and Guatemala to catch more human traffickers. We're putting in place dedicated immigration judges, a significant larger number, so families fleeing persecution and violence can have their cases heard
Oh,
faster.
that's
and
12. I got one more.
got one
Criminally
more.
here can be
You got
sent
one more.
back. We're screening, we're securing commitments and supporting partners in South and Central America to host more refugees and secure their own borders. We can do all this while keeping lit the torch of liberty that has led a generation of immigrants to this land, my forebears and many of yours. Provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, those with temporary status, farm workers, essential workers. Revise our laws
He doesn't care about the
so
farmers.
businesses have workers they need, and families don't wait decades to reunite. It's not only the right thing to do, it's economically smart thing to do. That's why the immigration reform is supported by everyone from labor unions to religious leaders to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. Let's get it done once and for all. Folks,
Every time he says folks,
Yeah, he does that a lot.
advancing liberty
I mean, he's
and
always
justice
done
also
that.
requires
Yeah, yeah.
protecting the rights of women. The constitutional right affirmed by Roe v. Wade.
Oh, here we
standing
go,
precedent
abortion
for half
talk.
a century is
Yeah.
under attack as never before.
that always gets
We
interesting.
want to go forward.
Susan
backwards, we
Collins
must
just saying
protect
no.
access to health care,
Nothing, no.
preserve a woman's right to choose, and continue to advance maternal.
Oh, can we get a
health
mic
care.
on Susan Collins?
I am
please?
pro-choice though, so for what it's worth, I mean,
You are?
I'm pro-choice.
And folks,
I'm pro-choice.
for
We
our
agreed to disagree.
LGBTQ
Yeah,
plus
I'm pro-choice,
Americans,
yeah.
let's finally get the Bipartisan Equality Act to my desk. The onslaught of state laws targeting transgender Americans and their families. It's simply wrong. And I said last year, especially to our younger transgender Americans, I'll always have your back as your president so you can be yourself and reach your God-given potential. Folks,
You know what's heartbreaking, though? And this has been happening for the past couple
while often appears
administrations.
we do not agree,
When you see one side
and that
applauding,
we do agree on a lot
the
more
other just
things
in
than we
there.
acknowledge.
Oh, sure.
you know, it used to be both
I
sides.
signed 80
Yeah, no, no.
bipartisan
Clapping and-
bills into law last
And
year.
not clapping.
From
It's very
preventing
heartbreaking.
government shutdowns, to protecting Asian Americans from still too common hate crime.
Here we go.
To reforming military justice. And will soon be strengthening the Violence Against Women Act that I first wrote 3 decades ago.
Hey, Tyler Bromberg. Oh, it's good to see you,
important.
Tyler. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Yeah.
It's important for
Former
us to
baseball
show,
teammate of mine.
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
the nation.
He's got a
We
wife.
come
He's got a
together
kid,
and do
man.
big
We're
things.
getting old.
So tonight I'm offering a unity agenda for the nation. 4 big things we can do together, in my view.
There we go.
First, beat the opioid epidemic.
12. I got one more, baby. I got one
We
more.
can do.
I would be okay with beating the opioid
Increase
pandemic.
I think we all would.
epidemic, but he needs to. You got to kind of.
So why are we giving crack pipes?
Well, that's
to people that are hooked on these drugs.
You got to close the border there to stop
treatments.
opiates from coming
Dude, the
in.
cartels
Stop
is
the
coming in
flow
left
of
and
illicit
right.
drugs by working with state and local law enforcement to go after the traffickers. And if you're suffering from addiction,
But they're coming in through
you
the
know
Wait.
you should know you're not alone. I believe in recovery, and I celebrate.
So why are
the
you handing out
23
crack
million-
pipes?
23 million
Why are you handing
Americans
out
in
crack
recovery.
pipes? We've seen this.
Second,
Yeah.
let's take on mental health, especially among our children whose
Yeah, let's
lives
keep
and
on shutting down and
education
putting
have
kids
been
a remote.
turned upside down. The American Rescue Plan gave schools money to hire teachers and help students make up for lost learning. I urge every parent to make sure your school
CJ,
does
thank you
just
for everything.
that.
I'll see you
Later,
tomorrow, all
CJ.
right? All right.
We can all play a part. Sign up to be a tutor or a mentor. Children were also struggling before the pandemic.
What time will you be
Bullying,
in tomorrow?
violence,
5:30,
trauma,
5:45?
and the harms of social
6.
media.
All right, I'll see you around that time.
Haugen,
Thank you,
who
sir.
is here tonight
Later,
with
CJ.
us, has shown.
You're going to be working with the kids right
we
now,
must
or are you
hold
just going to
social
bed?
media platforms accountable for the national experiment they're conducting on our children for profit.
We'll have a follow-up tomorrow. Yeah.
Folks, thank you. Thank you for the
Later, CJ.
courage you showed.
Who's this?
No, I
It's
said
time to
No,
strengthen
who's this bird?
privacy protections. Ban targeted advertising to children. Demand tech companies stop collecting personal data on our children. And
Well,
let's
you know,
get all
what's going on
Americans
with
the mental
Maxwell?
health services they need. More people
That's so sad.
can turn for help
Yeah,
and
he's.
full parity between physical and mental health care if we treat it that way in our insurance. Look, the third piece of that agenda is support our veterans.
Yeah, we always agree on that.
Veterans
Oh,
are
Pelosi
the
almost just
backbone
fell.
and the spine
saw that, right?
of this country.
This guy could care.
They're
I
the
gotta stop.
best
This guy
of
could care
us.
less about it. This guy could care less about it.
I've always
You gotta
believed
stop that nonsense. This guy could care
that we
less
have a
about
sacred
everything. The fact that
obligation
he
to
even
equip
said that
those
is
we
like
send to
Yeah,
war
what's happening in
and
Afghanistan?
care for those and their family when they come
He
home.
can care less about our veterans.
My administration is providing
That's
assistance
blood on
in
your
job
hands.
training, housing.
He really- president.
and
He
now
really just
helping
say that?
lower-income
He did.
veterans get
I gotta take off my
VA
headset for that one.
debt-free.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to watch
And our
it.
troops
The
in
fact that-
Iraq
Support our veterans.
faced in-
Well, you made
Face
it 27
many
minutes, so
dangers.
that's good.
Yeah, but this guy
One
will
being
not. This
stationed
guy
at
doesn't
bases
support our
breathing
veterans. He
in
never has, never
toxic
will.
smoke
This guy.
from burn pits.
You see what's happening in Afghanistan,
Many of
Mr.
you have been
President?
there. I've been
Yeah,
in
how
and out
much
of
you did?
Iraq and
Come on.
Afghanistan
That's where I
over
kind of lose it.
40
man. I
times.
was like, I can't even.
These burn pits that incinerate waste.
And then you
the waste
then you have
of war,
the
medical,
the
and
Taliban,
hazardous
pretty much.
material,
This
jet
guy's
fuel,
saying
and
support
so
our
much
veterans.
more.
Taking our tanks and our
And they come
helicopters.
home.
And,
I'm all for supporting
Many
our
of the
veterans. This
world's
guy,
first
this
oh,
guy
absolutely.
never, this
You
guy
were
never
in the world.
cared. Never.
We'll
gave a
always
shit
support
about
our
Never the
veterans.
same.
He doesn't care. There's the same guy that
Headaches,
looked at his
numbness,
watch.
dizziness.
Like I can't.
Yep.
No.
A cancer that would
Take
put
a minute.
them
Sip your
in a
Coke. You'll be
flag-draped
fine.
coffin.
We're almost done.
I know.
I almost don't want to hear.
Look at-
I
yeah.
can't stomach it anymore.
Oh,
One of those
That's
One of
Lindsey Graham?
those
Yeah,
soldiers was my son, Major Bo Biden. I don't know for sure if
we're
the
back.
burn pit
Oh,
that he
God.
lived
Let me
near,
see
that
what
his
yeah, you
cooch
know,
was
Afghanistan. You know,
in Iraq and earlier
guy
than that
messed
in
up.
Kosovo, is the cause of his brain cancer, the disease of so many other troops. But I am
But if we're going
committed,
to talk about Afghanistan and Iraq, if you're going to
find
say this,
out everything
can we
we
at least
can.
talk about the elephant in the room?
committed
Did he talk about it?
No, not at all.
I put my
military
headset down,
families
so I
like
can't even
Danielle
bother with it.
Robinson from Ohio, the widow of Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson. He was born a soldier, Army
It
National
looks
Guard.
like he's talking about the
combat
soldiers that
medic
lost their
Kosovo
lives in
and Iraq,
Afghanistan.
Stationed near Baghdad, just yards.
And he's honoring
from burn
them,
pits the
and
size of
bringing the
football
family.
fields.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But
Danielle is here with
you
us
did
tonight.
this. This did not have to
They
happen.
This
love
guy- this
going
guy
to
doesn't
Ohio State football games.
This did not have to happen. He made that campaign promise he wanted to be up by the 20th anniversary of September 11th.
Yep. Like I said, like
And
that,
look where that got.
that's enough where I just kind of almost shut this off. And
And
like, I
he
don't wanna hear
loved
him
building
talking about
Legos
this.
with their daughter.
That's just ridiculous.
Cancer from prolonged exposure to burn pits ravaged Heath's lungs and body. Danielle says Heath was a fighter to the very end. He didn't know how to stop fighting, and neither did she. Through her pain, she found purpose to demand that we do better. Tonight, Danielle, we are going to do better.
What are you going to do,
VA
Mr. President? What are you going to do?
The VA is pioneering new ways of linking toxic exposure to disease.
See, this is like where the
Already
talking
helping more
points come in.
Veterans
I want
get
to see
benefits.
reality. I
And
want to see
tonight,
action.
I'm announcing we're expanding
Here we go.
eligibility to veterans suffering from 9 respiratory cancers. I'm also calling on Congress to pass a law to make sure veterans devastated by toxic exposure in Iraq and Afghanistan finally get the benefits and the comprehensive health care they deserve.
Man, what is Pelosi doing?
She's got to do it. So. Good for
I
her.
think the martinis are kicking in.
And fourth and last, let's end cancer as we know it. This is personal.
Yeah, okay, I'm all for that. What's he want to do? I'm all right. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Let's hear it.
All right, President.
That's weird calling him president.
This is personal to me and to Jill and to Kamala. And
No,
so
it's
many
not.
of you.
Yeah, and Kamala
So
doesn't know
many
what
of you
cancer
have
is.
lost someone you love. Husband, wife, son, daughter, mom, dad. Cancer is the number 2 cause of death in America, second only to heart disease. Last month, I announced the plan to supercharge the cancer moonshot that President Obama asked me to lead 6 years ago. Our goal is to cut
Oh, that's
cancer
Debbie
death rates
Wasserman's show.
Yeah.
by at least
That's a
50%
crook
over
right
the
there.
next
She's
25
horrible.
years. And I think we can do better than that.
She should be in jail
Turn cancers from death
for what
sentences
she did
into
with Clinton
treatable
and
diseases.
rigging the whole primaries against
More
Bernie.
support for
You
patients
say what you
and
want
their
about Bernie,
families.
but
She fucked it
they,
up.
they
To get there, I call
They
on
rigged that
Congress
one.
to fund
Not once,
what I
but twice.
call ARPA-H.
like I never saw a Clinton
Advanced-
sign
advanced
anywhere. It was always
research
Bernie. I never saw a Biden
project
sign until
agency for
until
health.
maybe once he got the nomination.
Pattern
You
after
saw him here
DARPA
and
in
there,
the Defense Department.
but no
Projects
one's a
that led
diehard
DARPA
Joe Biden
to the
supporter
internet,
or a Hillary
GPS,
Clinton
Not that
supporter.
I
so
saw.
much more to make our
No, not at all.
forces
No, not that
more
I saw.
You gotta go to
safer
Mercer County,
and be
though.
able
You
to
saw a lot of
wage
Biden
more
signs
and
then
more
at the
for
Yeah,
clarity.
at the,
Yeah.
ARPA will have a singular purpose.
oh, here we go. What is this?
To drive breakthroughs in cancer, Alzheimer's and diabetes, and more. A unity agenda for the nation. We can do these things. It's within our power.
Oh, man,
And
should
I don't see a
get me out of this
partisan edge
party.
to any one of those 4 things. My fellow Americans,
He's just talking. Hey, we could do these
Tonight-
things, but he's not putting anything into motion.
Well, he's not a socialist. That's the
we-
thing.
we
He's
can
one
do
of the
this.
few
We can
moderates
do
that
this.
are still there.
Consider-
no, but he's like, we can do this. We can do
this
this. But
capital, generation after generation of Americans have debated great questions amid great strife and have done great things. We fought for freedom, expanded liberty, debated totalitarianism and terror.
It's amazing how
We built
late
the
like these State of the
strongest,
Unions go.
freest,
Well, so
No,
did
most
mine.
it's
prosperous
10-10 right
nation
now.
the
Mid,
world has ever
get
known.
this fraud off the
Romney.
screen.
Now is the hour. Our moment of
Can you
responsibility.
imagine what a Mitt Romney
Our test of
presidency
resolve
would
and
look like
conscience
if he did win?
of history itself.
Like we're all for it, but it would have been
It
another
is
Bush.
in this moment that our character of this generation is formed. Our purpose is found. Our future is forged. Well, I know this
No,
nation.
just another crook that should be in jail.
We'll meet the test. Protect freedom and liberty.
Shift.
Expand fairness and opportunity. And we will save democracy. As hard as
ruining
those times have
democracy,
been,
Mr.
I'm
President.
more optimistic about America today than I've been my whole life.
No, you're
because I see the future that's within our grasp. Because
Swear,
I
he's
know
starting to
there's
lose
simply
me now.
nothing beyond our capacity.
Oh, 13!
The
Oh, there
only
you got
Here
it.
we go!
got it. Nice.
I need one more.
Every crisis we faced. into an
Give me one more,
opportunity.
baby. Come
The
on,
only
cough,
nation
sneeze,
that
do
can
whatever
be
you got to do,
defined by
sir.
a single word: possibilities. So on this night, on our 245th year as a nation, I've come to report on the state of the nation, the State of the Union. And my report is this: the State of the Union is strong because you, the American people, are strong. We are stronger today.
It's probably wrapping up right
We are
now.
stronger today than we were a year ago.
And again, if you're just tuning in right now, we're doing a live
And we'll be
special edition
stronger
broadcast
a year
of
from now
Joe
than
Biden's
we are
State of the
today.
Union.
This is our moment to meet and overcome the challenges of our time, and we will.
he didn't stumble as much as I thought,
As
though.
one people, one
I
America,
still hit.
the United
hit.
States of America. God bless you
All right, Joe.
and may God protect our troops.
For what it's worth, I mean,
Thank you.
he didn't stumble as much as I thought.
Go get him.
There were things I didn't agree with,
There's a lot of things I didn't agree
Things I agree with, but you know what? He articulated. That.
Hey, you know what? I was
on.
on board in the beginning with banning flights to and from Russia because, again, it's not a Russia thing. This is a Putin thing. And I do believe that this war is not going to last. I don't believe that. I think it's only a matter of time. And, again, there have been peace talks between Russia and Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
Again, it's only beginning steps. It's like talking with Major League Baseball's owners and players. You know, you get excited when they start talking. And we can shut down the audio, but we heard it all. But that was Joe Biden. You know, we did our show Poke the Woke at the 6:37 o'clock hour.
There's a little bonus fun.
You know, it was I don't know. Where usually we hang out in the studio, usually like 20 minutes, half hour,
But we had to
just
watch this.
BSing and all that. And the next thing you know, it extended a little bit, just catching up. This is like our happy hour, or not happy hour, like social time. Hey, listen, man, I don't get to see my friends. I'm a busy guy, you know,
true.
with working 7 days a week pretty much and
His
doing
life-
this. So
His lies on he cares about the veterans.
that
I kind of put my headphones down on that one. It's obvious he doesn't care about our veterans. But hey, man, you know what? He's a president that doesn't care about. I don't think he cares about our military, our veterans. I don't think he cares about. We have great servicemen that
Yep.
deserve our respect.
And women, servicewomen too.
and women. It's pretty obvious that he just doesn't seem to care nor give a crap because of Afghanistan or whatever. But or our allies, he just doesn't care. It's only on for.
well, that's what you believe, and that's what I believe too. But
It is. It's just an opinion. You can disagree with me, and that's fine. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
what's great. This country, great. It's your opinions. But that's where I took off my headphones and stuff. But you know what? He didn't stammer as much as I thought he was going to. He's got some points I disagreed and agreed on. But that's what makes America great. You know, and that's why
what makes America great.
That's why.
Now, how much medication do you think he was on though tonight?
I don't know what
Because
this
we've
guy-
seen him really struggle in press conferences or whenever he speaks in the fake Oval Office in the White House. We see him struggle whenever he talks to whoever prime minister, presidents around the world. And now this. It's different. You know, he struggled here and there. And listen, Joe Biden has a stutter. We're aware of that. And again, I don't wish ill will on the guy. I don't. He is the president. You want to pull for this country.
Something's wrong with him.
But the mental decline, as I mentioned earlier in this special broadcast, look at him when he was vice president. He was sharp.
Yep.
He got it done.
He was still full of lies.
But you know what? He was believable. He's a good salesman.
He's a good
Most
salesman,
politicians are. But that was our special edition
Thanks for
of Woke the
listening, guys.
Woke. You know,
Appreciate
2 shows
that.
in one day, and we'll be back Tuesday night. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about then.
Oh,
Good night.
100%. Have a good night, guys.